Story of how I became the king of the beginning in Where Winds Meet.
A king never wavers. A king never bends. A king never relies on others. A king never gives up.
So, I want to go off and first of all explain what this video is even gonna be about. Why did I do the things that I did? So, to start off, I had an account. I started playing this game a month ago, about when it dropped, maybe a week later. I had an account, and I am a person who enjoys like playing story games in a difficult mode, like on the highest difficulty, just for the boss experiences and for the boss fights. And so, if you're not that type of person, honestly, at this point, I would click off this video. So, right, I did that whole run on expert mode. And I later realized that there's a thing called legend mode. So actually, if you see over here, I don't, if you see over here, okay, um, you can see my bar has a red thing to it. So there's a thing called legend mode in the game, right? And so what legend mode basically is, it's the same thing I would say honestly as expert, and I'll get more into this later. But yeah, this is something that you can only start at the start of the game, and you can't change it, or well, you can change it. However, if you do change it, you cannot come back to it. So now, what's the use of this? Genuinely, there's not really any big use of this. There's the red bar on the bottom, and then if you probably go into your name, you'll have the badge, and then that's about it. So once again, I just said, right, I just enjoy playing the game for the difficulty of it, and since we're still pretty early into the game, and if you do plan to play this game for a long time, I would, personally suggest that you should also change your difficulty. And so that's what this guide is gonna be about. This guide is gonna show my old account, right? So I'm gonna have it popped up over here, and now my new account as well. I'll put the stats over there, so she can show the time played as well as the mastery. And basically, I'm gonna show you how, if you do start a new account, what's the best way to speedrun and get your martial mastery high as possible, and just basically get back to where you were and put your account in a good state. So, how are we gonna get our account in the best state possible? And yeah, that's what this video is gonna be about. And with that being said, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna start off with the most crucial thing that you need to know. So you're gonna have world levels. So if you go over here and you can see your solo mode world level, you're gonna have these. Now I believe, I don't remember exactly, but it's about 6 or 7 days exploration days that you need actually in real life. So that's 24 hours in real life, and then whenever the reset happens at your local time, that's when it's gonna basically let you keep going. So these are like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, right? So I'm not 100% sure, like I said, but this is where you need to be doing the bulk of your work. This is what's actually gonna make your run easy and feel effortless, rather than if you just don't focus attention over here. So I'm gonna show you what are the things that you need to do, right? You're obviously, to get levels is very easy in this game, right? You're gonna just go ahead and finish that campaign. But when you hit 20, right, and you can't go to the next world level, I understand it might feel like a waste if you're putting in extra effort, or if you're just, you feel maybe as if you're not making progress. But this is when things are the easiest, when you're the lowest level, because that way your world is at a lowest level, right? What you can do is go ahead and invite your friends, and you will want to, you don't need to necessarily explore the whole map. However, you want to do all the outposts, right? You want to do all the outposts, as the world bosses actually they scale up, so you'll just need to do these by yourself, as well as the co-op Jingle Legacy. So I haven't done this one. However, you can do most of these together with a friend. Now, why do I say this? This goes ahead, and this is very important for your medicinal tales. So this is actually the medicine that you can carry. So as you can see, I just have like I can carry 5 over here. I believe that's also because I have the battle pass. So if you actually buy the battle pass, it's gonna be one. I think if you're gonna buy the $10 version, you can get one more extra carriage, or you can get the $20 one and get two more extra carriages. Which, you can do whatever you want with this. It's not super crazy, but it does save time, if you need that extra medicine sometimes. Now, I also want to talk about Medicinal Tales a little bit more because, right, when you get these, right, this is gonna be in both places. I think Kaifeng you can only unlock after 40 or 50, but you want to do the same thing. As soon as you go to Kaifeng, you want to make sure that you're also doing all the outposts over here, right? So basically, this is gonna let you upgrade. Now, another thing you want to do is as soon as you start, you want to make sure you get your profession up. So you become a healer, right? And you want to upgrade your level to, I think it's tier 3. Uh, yeah, it's whatever this level 3, tier 4. And what this basically lets you do is if you come into your bag over here, is it's gonna let you actually craft the 10 wonders powder, and this is very important. If you see the difference between this and this, that's 8,000. Basically, this is 16,000, and then it does 23% over max health. But that's basically double the thing. So if you were carrying 4 of these, 10 wonders powder is like equivalent to carrying 8 of the yin yang ones. So this is something you need to do. Now, how do you actually get the notebooks to upgrade your profession? It's super simple. If you go into shop over here, um, you want to go into the season shop and then go into profession developments, and you want to make sure as soon as you start the first week you max these out. Okay, so yes, you need to be making sure you're doing all of this, as well as there are people around the map that you can go heal, which give you a few more. But this I didn't really want to specifically include this in the speedrun thing, but yeah, heal the illness. If you need to, if you're like short, maybe like 20 or 30 from the thing, and I was 20 or 30 short from the thing, so I went ahead and I did these. So now I've explained to you campaign, bosses, and Jingu Legacy. One other thing I want to talk about is about bosses. You can actually invite your friend to a lot of bosses, right? You can invite them to the world bosses. Once again, I kind of did those solo. It wasn't super hard, I'll be honest. I did play the game on expert before this, and I personally, from an experience, well, I guess I could say that it's obviously harder, but since I got better at the game, my second run when I was doing it on Legend, I felt was way easier. So it's tough for me to, be a non-biased judge just because I got better. But it's not that different, if you've been playing on expert mode and you switch to legend, it's not gonna be hard. Trust me, guys. And it's worth it if you think it's worth it. If you think it's worth it, go ahead and do it. So yes, another thing, make sure when your level is low and you're doing the campaign, you are actually gonna be inviting your friends if you really care. Otherwise, it's also pretty easy. There are a few tough bosses, but you do it for the challenge of the game, and you can do whatever you like. So another thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is your gear and arsenal. Now, there's gonna be a lot of things that I can really cover over here, but I have a whole video about how to actually raise your martial mastery and everything that you need to do. So I'm gonna put it up on screen here, and there's gonna be a link in the description as well as at the end of the video. You can go ahead and see that. But yes, I wouldn't focus too much on gear until you hit the max power level. Just get whatever you can. If it's legendary, upgrade it and put it in your arsenal. I wouldn't like care about this specifically too much until later when we're like at 70, which is gonna be in a few days. You can come back, revisit the gear, and fix it up. So also, I would really suggest that you have your build already mapped out. You know what weapons you're gonna use, what ways you're gonna use, what mystic skills you're gonna use, so you can get these as fast as possible. Right? This is gonna really help your run. If you don't know, I mean, I guess you'll be like, yeah, I don't know. Just go ahead and do this, as well as making sure that you max out your inner ways. Now, there's a lot of tutorials. I don't like want to get into this too long because it's gonna be super tough. But there are chess matches. There are people around the thing where you can go to eat. So there'll be like little food stalls. I can't really find one right now, but it's gonna be like a little crock pot. Um, there are the inner way challenges, and that's another thing that you want to do is I haven't done this specifically yet, but try to also make it parallel so that you're actually doing your inner way challenges. So if you go over here, you guys probably know about this. Once again, if you're watching, and I am assuming that you guys have already played this game before. If not, then this is not really a full comprehensive guide. I would watch the other one of how you get your martial mastery up and try and take whatever you can from both to yeah. So you want to make sure whatever you get, you are actually trying to do these seasonal challenges because they give you a lot of inner way notes, and that's what I'm gonna be doing next. And hopefully I'll make a video on this as well. So once again, in your downtime, guys, from 20 to 30, or when you're stuck on 30 or stuck on 40, make sure you guys are doing this like basic exploration stuff, as well as oddities, these things that are more like that. Well, there are things that are going to be easier, which is what you're going to really need to do, and then there are things that are not as important. If you don't care about martial mastery, I'm guessing obviously you do care about martial mastery. Things like oddities, just like basically useless, not useless, but I don't know, maybe bullshit. Not really also bullshit, but yeah. I'm gonna cut that part of the video. But there are gonna be things that are less of a priority, but however they are still very important. So oddities, farming, all of this stuff, I would really do this in the downtime. So these first 7 days, you might think, a lot of people might think that, oh, this is the days where I actually can't focus on the grind. But this is probably the days that are the most important on the account because things the easiest. There's a lot of things to do. You can go ahead and grab all different type of weapons. I even don't have all of them because I'm a lazy guy. But yes, you can go ahead, do all of these, do all your oddities, do as many of the challenges as you can. And another thing that is going to be very important is sword trials. So sword trials, every time obviously you rank up, you're going to have these wandering paths and you're going to have sword trials. Every time you rank up to a new, you break to, I think from 20 to 30, 30 to 40, there's going to be these challenges, okay? You want to make sure that you do with your friends, right? So as you can see, 16, 31, 41, 51, all of these, as soon as you rank up, you can do this with your friends, and this way you don't even specifically have to do all of the campaign stuff until later, because this gives you a lot of XP. So basically, if you are at like 30 to 40 and you do this, as well as, I don't know if the hero realm is available by then, but it's gonna give you a lot. So manage your stamina, manage your first time stuff correctly. um, Basically, yeah, that is the overall guide of how you can get your account back up to, a very good state, and rather, fast. And if you think it's worth it, guys, go ahead, do it. I would say for me it was worth it. I enjoy playing on Legend. I enjoy being able to say that I play on Legend. It's kind of just a personal thing, it's I just wanted to put this guide out there, just if any one of you guys were thinking about it and you wanted to go ahead and make a new account. That's what I've done. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I wish you guys the best of luck. If you don't have any friends, try and put your thing down in the comments, and hopefully some person could help you. Maybe I'll make a Discord server for my community. And yeah, good luck everyone, and have a nice one. Thank you for watching. Peace.